Stabbing, not exactly a band that a name for a band that you can really mistake for anything else but death metal, and indeed they are a brutal slamming death metal band. I believe from Texas, if I remember correctly. I got into them a few months ago for YouTube. I think it was about 6 months ago. In fact, I got shown one of their older videos. I think it was Razor Wire Strangulation. Obviously, lovely names for the songs. And I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved what I was hearing. Looked them up on Bandcamp, bought their album, and have recently, their first album, I should say, because today we're going to be reviewing their upcoming second album, their first for a major label. I believe they're on Century Media now. The new album is called Eon of, I forgot the name of it, Eon of Obscenity. That's it. So I had to look at the computer then, which, like I said, first major label album. However, I did go back and I've bought myself a physical copy of their first album, which is here. As you can see, stabbing with that lovely creature on the front. First album called Extirpated Mortal Process. I ain't got a clue what that means. Not gonna lie. But yeah, groovy, slamming death metal of the most brutal kind. Now, we come to the new album, Eon of Obscenity. Don't worry, they haven't gone acoustic. They haven't turned into some kind of folk jazz band. This is still continuing the sounds that you may have heard on this particular previous album. If you heard the first single, which was Human Torture Chamber, which is up on YouTube. If you haven't heard it yet, then go check it out now, because it's absolutely superb song, and will give you an idea of the sound of this band. Full of deathly grooves, deep vocals. I mean, Bridget Lynch sounded absolutely awesome on that first album. She sounds even more brutal on this album. I mean, if she gets even more brutal, then we won't be able to hear her for how deep and growly her vocals get. But what is making Stabbing set apart on this album from every other brutal death metal bands? Because quite a lot of brutal slamming death metal bands, a lot of them do tend to sound the same and kind of get stuck in being one homogenous sludge, as it were. There's the standouts, obviously, bands like Devourment, for one, although they've had their slip-ups, and Abominable Putridity is another great one as well. But yeah, Stabbing is another one that I would absolutely keep your eye on, because this is a brilliant album. Absolutely brilliant if you do like your groovy, slamming, brutal death metal. Well, brutal slamming death metal is essentially groovy, because not only do they not stretch songs out beyond the point that they needed to be stretched out, which is, again, something that a lot of these bands do tend to do every now and again. I mean, the first out song on here is literally a minute and a half long, because they knew it didn't need to be longer than that. The point was made, the brutality was there, bam, done, sorted. In Human Torture Chamber, again, 3 minutes, done, essentially. Didn't need to stretch it out any longer than that. That was the perfect length. All your breeze, well, not your breeze, your deep vocals that are here. But every member of the band putting on one hell of a performance. The riffs on this thing, absolutely incredible. Groovy, heavy. The beatdowns are there as well, although, you know, considering the genre, it's one long beatdown. There's fast parts as well. Fast, nice, thrashy, nice sort of pure death metal riffs in there. Songs are there as well. The snare, the pingy snare that I've always loved with this genre of death metal, is absolutely in full force. The drummer changing the groove quite frequently on every song as well, to mix things up. Even a touch of deicide in here as well, what I thought, because on a few songs you don't only have Bridget Lynch's low vocals, but you also get a bit of a higher gurgly vocal, as it were. I think that's the best way I can put it. Which helped the variety of the album. The album's only about 25-30 minutes long, I believe. Hang on. 31 minutes long, in fact. Exactly 31 minutes long. Because I've just listened to it. Literally just finished listening to it. Perfect length, again, for this kind of album, because you don't want it to get, you know, boring. And if there's too much of a good thing, you know, you can get sick of it. It doesn't seem as good. Whereas this, you can listen to, you know, a few times a day if you want to, if you were that particularly pissed off, in which case tell me and I'll stay the hell away from you. and yeah, it's a brilliant album, brilliant length, perfect length, essentially. I'll just repeat myself now, aren't I? So yeah, Stabbing, Eon of Obscenity. It is out this Friday, the 30th of January, I believe, on Century Media Records. Massive, massive recommend from me. I mean, the last song, which is Sinking into Catatonic Reality, there's some nice variations on the vocals, not just them high gurgly stuff. There's like, you get her Bridget Lynch's general low vocals, and then a more even gurglier vocal that comes in every now and again. It's hard to kind of properly describe, but that comes in a couple of times as well, which I wasn't expecting, especially after the rest of the album continued along this kind of vocal chops. So yeah, I would love to see these live. I'm currently waiting to hear on doing an interview with them as well for my radio show. So yeah, if you like your death metal, and particularly your brutal death metal, you owe it to yourself to check out. Well, go check out Inhuman Torture Chamber, the first single from this album, on YouTube. I believe they've also released the title track, Eon of Obscenity, as a single. Well, I say single, promotional video on YouTube. Go check them out if you like it. Go check out newest album this Friday, Eon of Obscenity. Also, don't forget, go back out and check this one out as well, if you can get a clear picture of it, which was Extirpated Mortal Process, because absolutely superb band, can predict big things, or as big things as they can get for playing such a brutal form of death metal. Anyway, this has been my review. It's 9.5 out of 10 from me. This is how much I enjoy this album. You can see me going back to this several times this week, let alone this year. And I'm saying this week, and we're already on Wednesday, so that's a good sign. Anyway, I've been Psychosin. This has been a review of Stabbing's upcoming Eon of Obscenity album. I'll see you next time.